Good afternoon and welcome to the Lunchroom on Radio Caribbean International. It's Thursday, the 19th of September 2024. This is program number 1252. And I'm your host, Calix George Jr. And of course, you can get us at our frequency 101.1 FM on radio. But you can also reach us via Facebook. Just search for the official page of Radio Caribbean International. And please be sure to like and share that link as well with your friends and family. And don't forget, you can also download all our previous shows on our website. You just have to check out rcistlucia.com, and you can do just that. Our number to call in to tell us what's on your plate today, it is 452-3046. Again, 452-3046. That's our main line number here. And we can also be reached via WhatsApp. That is 724-0008. That's our WhatsApp number. You can call in or you can message in on that WhatsApp number. Again, the number 724-0008. Birthday greetings for today going out to Mr. Hilary Mark. Happy birthday to you, sir. And we hope that you're having a fantastic birthday celebration. Also to Leandra James, happy birthday to you. Hoping that you're having a fantastic and blessed birthday. And also to Miss Renatra Joseph. Happy birthday, Renatra, and we hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Bit of history for today. Well, back in the year 1888, one of the first known modern beauty contests in the world was held in the city of Spa in Belgium. 1893 on this day saw New Zealand becoming the first country to grant all women the right to vote. 1985 on this day saw a magnitude 8.0 earthquake rocking Mexico City. And that led to the loss of 10,000 lives and left over 250,000 people homeless. And in 1986 on this day, the U.S. federal health officials announced the first antiretroviral medication, AZT, to prevent and treat HIV/AIDS. And that was going to be available to all patients. We now move on to our dish of the day. The daily dish is brought to you the kind compliments of our good friends at Tiles Plus.
One tiles for your home, I see. Bathroom, kitchen, pantry. Need tiles for your balcony. Come down to Tiles Plus, satisfaction guarantee. Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus. Big tiles with unbeatable cost. Customer service, A+. With all kind of tiles, come down to Tiles Plus. We also got gasway and vanity. Books, doors, you'll see. Come down to mind nobody. We got the best tiles on island. Trust me. We are located Land Street in Castries, Bosses Grozile, and Slack Street in Beaufort. Telephone number 453-7939.
Serving now, the Daily Dish.
And welcome back to our program for today. We do hope that everybody is having a good one and is a blessed day for you. Now, come October the 1st, the island is in fact going to, for the first time in a very long time, will be introducing an adjustment to the minimum wage. This, of course, has been a long in coming, and there has been a fair bit of conversation about it, and a debate, of course, within the political sphere as to whether it is sufficient, as to whether it should be set higher. There was, of course, that period of consultation, and the government has agreed to a particular minimum wage. Now, this is, in fact, a major step, which, of course, has implications to businesses and how they operate, of course, as well as the ability of individuals, many of whom may be in what may be considered menial jobs or low-wage jobs, to be able to have a base salary. And, of course, this practice of a minimum wage has been around for some time and has been applied across the world. In some instances, countries have their minimum wage set to increase or be reviewed on a regular basis to ensure that it keeps up with things like inflation and what have you. But of course, this move is being seen as a very important one for a considerable number of individuals. I think an estimated 13,000 individuals may very well be impacted by the minimum wage. Now, as a result of this impending date, the Labor Commissioner has in fact issued a warning, and this is carried in a story by the St. Lucia Times, which we're just going to share at this time. Labor Commissioner Joseph has urged employers to prepare to comply with the upcoming national minimum livable wage set to take effect on October the 1st, 2024. This long overdue measure will ensure that every St. Lucian earns a minimum wage of $6.52 per hour, or $1,131 monthly. The aim is to promote economic equity among sectors. The minimum wage would be separate from any incentives, bonuses, commissions, or service charges employees earn. However, some observers have raised serious concerns that employers might resort to layoffs and dismissals due to the financial constraints resulting from the new law. The Labor Commissioner emphasized that officials strongly discourage such practices. We do not encourage, and quote, we do not encourage any companies to use layoff or redundancy due to the minimum wage, he noted. The minimum wage is a blessing to our people, those at the lower end of the scale. It's an opportunity for them to eat bread, Joseph added. The commissioner warned that strict penalties could result if employers fail to comply with the law. There are provisions made in the Act as far as penalties for people who breach the legislation. So we have a $10,000 fine as well as the 6-month imprisonment, either or both, he highlighted. Do not use the minimum wage as a punishment. It is not meant to be that. It is supposed to be an achievement for us. Let us celebrate instead of punishing people, Joseph declared. The Labor Commissioner has encouraged employees to familiarize themselves with the legislation and their state-mandated rights. The Department of Labor is embarking on a sensitization campaign with an official roadshow scheduled for next month. Before the legally mandated minimum wage took effect, Labor Commissioner Dr. Virginia Albert Poyet had announced an extension of the Minimum Wages Commission's term to monitor the minimum wage implementation project, including any layoffs due to the measure. And that story coming from the St. Lucia Times. And of course, as I did mention, we're only about 11 days before this takes effect. And certainly a number of sectors may potentially be impacted, where you have perhaps high proportions of individuals who are potentially below this minimum wage threshold of $1,130 or $31. Those sectors, of course, have to be very carefully monitored, and many of them exist perhaps in the agricultural sector, in the domestic sector, individuals who may be employed as helpers or maids or persons who are gardeners. You may very well have as well in the security sector, that being another area which has to, of course, be very carefully monitored in terms of compliance, where you have potentially low wage situations. You, of course, have the retail sector as well, where we've heard of stories regarding the wages paid to individuals. So certainly for those individuals who would in fact have been making less than this $1,131, it certainly will be a welcome shift towards a little bit more in terms of their pocket to deal with the current situations. Is it going to be perhaps sufficient? And of course, that was a big issue as to, is this something that somebody could potentially survive on? Is of course always the debate in terms of whether in fact it is sufficient. And setting the minimum wage, therefore, is always somewhat controversial in this regard. In fact, there will of course be some large players, large employers, but there will also be very many small employers. An individual who may just be employing one person in their house, or maybe employing a person to assist maybe in terms of care of a senior citizen, or care of children. And so you got a lot of these situations where, of course, there has to be some level of monitoring in terms of compliance, because, of course, it then means, and this has always been the argument for those who are against measures like the minimum wage, the argument is that it will simply lead to a potential increase in unemployment if individuals decide, well, you know what, I can no longer afford the difference. I can't afford the difference in the amount, so therefore we have to lay off. I would suspect, and I'm not sure if it was looked at in terms of the report to get a good sense as to what that difference is, the average difference is that employers are now going to have to add on to their wages, what that gap is, effectively what is that net percentage increase that the employees are actually going to be getting. So some analysis there would, of course, be useful to see how this all obviously rolls out. But it certainly is going to impact all sectors of the country, I would say, because even in the government sector, you're going to find that there may potentially be individuals who are not actually providing that. And of course, the government also has individuals on wages. It also has, I suspect, even the grade 1 level, which is the minimum salary scale. On the salary scale, the minimum level, that too perhaps will also have to be adjusted to bring it into a line with the this new requirement of that minimum of $1,131. Now, of course, that is can also be prorated. So this is where one suspects that there may very well be some adjustments, maybe in terms of how some of these individuals are employed. And this is something that one has to be very careful with as well, because you may then see situations where companies may decide not to necessarily lay off individuals, but to maybe reduce on working hours. And that in and of itself is a major issue. I was speaking to an individual who's pretty active in the agricultural sector, and they were arguing that it's so very difficult to be able to get workers within the agricultural sector. And in particular, to get workers who are actually willing to put in the 8 hours a day, so to speak. And so you may very well sometimes find that people want to just work for half a day, but they still want the full salary or the full amount for the day. So the matter of productivity is obviously one that has to be looked at overall, and to see how we can improve on productivity in many of these various sectors, whether it may be in agriculture, whether it may be in the retail sector. Productivity is really a very critical issue. Now, of course, in very many instances, businesses seek out technology to improve on their productivity, and that has implications sometimes in terms of how many workers they actually require, and sometimes you see redundancies coming into effect as a result of that. So this is, of course, is a balancing act, because you do certainly want to see more and more people employed. We are seeing a trend, certainly in terms of that. I think, as we mentioned before, the employment rates hovering somewhere around 11%, according to the last estimates that were, the last survey that was done of the labor market by the Statistics Department, really indicating the lowest unemployment rate that St. Lucia has achieved in, I think, what is the estimate, in at least 15 years, and perhaps even further back than that. So certainly, we are seeing the trend going in the right direction, and sometimes maybe even an increase in salaries can actually encourage productivity if individuals are in low productivity jobs. Will that then potentially mean that they can be shifted into higher productivity employment as well? So there are a lot of other areas that we certainly have to look out. It is certainly well beyond the matter of just a minimum wage. The minimum wage is merely one tool, very important tool, to ensure fairness in terms of salary spread, but it is certainly not the end of it all. You ideally want a situation where the minimum wage is just a safeguard in any case, and that you will always find that individuals are exceeding that in terms of the employment that they can actually attract. So let's hope that we can see this matter of employability certainly becoming a lot more critical. It is a matter that has been raised from the perspective of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank recently in their quote-unquote big push presentation, which they are encouraging for the island. And how you then get more individuals to be employed will also mean the issue of skills upgrading and ensuring that people can in fact be more employable, more attractive for and meet the requirements of the of what industry and the productive sectors require. So that's our dish of the day. And when we come back, we want to touch on a few other matters, a bit of sport as well. So we do hope that you can stick with us here at RCI.
This has been The Daily Dish.
One tiles for your home, I see. Bathroom, kitchen, pantry. Need tiles for your balcony. Come down to Tiles Plus, satisfaction guarantee. Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus. Big tiles with unbeatable cost. Customer service, A+. With all kind of tiles, come down to Tiles Plus. We also glad gasway and vanity. Books, doors, you'll see. Come down, don't mind nobody. We got the best tiles on island. Trust me. We are located Land Street in Castries, Bosses Jugosile, and Slack Street in Beaufort. Telephone number 453-7939. Tiles Plus.
And welcome back to our program here at the Lunchroom at Radio Caribbean International. Now, one matter, of course, that was in the news and appears that there is going to be some resolution, or there has been some resolution of it, is that of the payments to artists who were participating in the not too long concluded Carnival 2024. Of course, this matter of payments to artists is not a new one, but certainly not one that anybody really wants to see continuing into the future. It has been certainly a very sore point over the years that when you look at individuals who participate, who really the lifeblood of what we are celebrating effectively, that of course they are not receiving their timely compensation for what they've done by going out and competing. And so that matter, of course, did cause some concerns. There was even a sort of a remix of a song by one of the Calypsonians, raising the matter again. And of course, it has certainly raised the attention of the Minister for Culture. And he is indicating that the matter is going to be resolved this week. And he gives the assurance that the prize monies will be paid. And just to read this story coming out of the St. Lucia Loop for you, amid growing complaints from creatives about delayed prize money payments 6 weeks after Carnival, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, the minister responsible for culture and creative industries, has assured that payments will be made this week. Dr. Hilaire acknowledged the frustration of artists, stating that in July of 2021, the SLP government committed to ending the practice of delayed payments, which previously saw winners waiting 6 to 9 months for their prize money. He emphasized that this delay was wrong under the previous administration and remains unacceptable. He clarified that the delay is not due to a lack of funds, but rather administrative prioritization. Quote, "For the last 2 years, payments have been made on time," Dr. Hilaire said, pledging to enforce government policy to ensure timely payments going forward. Additionally, he highlighted the government's commitment to expanding Carnival for 2025, increasing prize money, awarding songwriters, and investing more in community carnivals. He urged stakeholders not to be distracted by political tactics and to focus on making 2025 the biggest and best carnival yet. And that was the story covered by Mr. Sheffield Gaillard of the St. Lucia Loop News. Now, of course, this matter, as I mentioned, is certainly not one that one wants to see continue. And this has been a problem, in this instance, artists, but we've also heard in the past issues of contractors and suppliers in terms of government paying on in a timely manner. And one can imagine that, of course, sometimes there are cash flow issues and there will be sometimes delays in that regard. But according to what we're being told by Dr. Hilaire, who's currently the acting prime minister, that in fact it is pretty much an administrative prioritization, as he put it. Now, I'm not too sure what exactly that means and how it is that, there was some priority for, I guess, potentially others, but not the artists. But it certainly is good to know that it is in fact going to be dealt with. Of course, he did make the point that in the past we were seeing sometimes 7 and 8 months where artists are not being compensated. So, of course, we all want to see the industry grow. We all want to see, opportunity for creatives. And let's face it, creatives are the ones who are going out there, who quite often are taking out of their own pockets, making an investment, which is not guaranteed to come back to them, taking risk effectively. And that risk burden may or may not pay off. And for those who, in fact, eventually get are victorious, one would like to believe that they can, in fact, be paid, almost as soon as possible, as soon as the event happens. Because invariably what happens, let's say, for argument's sake, if the individual went out and took a small loan or, borrowed money from whoever to be able to put out this product for a competition. So certainly that money needs to be pulled aside. I'm not privy as to the details as to whether this is coming directly from central government or whether it's actually being put through different agencies. But certainly, I suppose we will hopefully see some improvement. And of course, even in terms of the total amounts that are actually afforded in the case of Carnival. Carnival is getting, we don't know about the others. Let's hope that also in other areas where there is competition, and there was, I think, some mention of that by the minister as well in the flower festivals, and seeing how that could also be, there could be some level of competition there for the various groups that are participating to maybe try to entice more and more groups to get involved. That too certainly is welcome, and let's hope that it can actually all be done in a timely fashion. Now we're actually due for our weather report, so we're going to take it in at this time. Of course, it's brought to you from the St. Lucia Met Services.
Island style, yeah. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, yeah. We'll have to make the right choice. Island style. Whoa. We got the time that will make you happy. Island style. Oh yeah. We make your dream come alive in Island style. We have tiles and thin sets, mixes and ground. Everything you need to sort the house out. For the best price and the latest style, take a little drive down to Island Style Car. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, quality, price, service, choice. It's all at Island Style.
Visit us at our showrooms in Belarus, Rodney Bay, on the John Compton Highway, Cass Street, and behind Ruby's Gas Station on the Library Viewfort Highway. So call us on 450-452 or 453-TILE. Island Style Tile and Bath. When you think tile, think Island Style.
This is Radio Caribbean International. It's now time for the weather news.
And that's all, of course, the 1.1 is now time for a weather report as of 12 noon today, presented by Island Style Tile and Bath. The forecast for St. Lucia Valley for the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from between the east and southeast near 9 miles per hour or 15 kilometers per hour. Variable or calm at times. The weather fair to occasionally cloudy skies with a light to moderate showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Locally moderate to heavy showers may be possible in some areas. The forecast for the Lesser Antilles. Fair to occasionally cloudy skies with some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, mainly over the central and southern Windward Islands. Elsewhere, fair to partly cloudy skies with a few showers. And the tropical weather outlook, light winds will persist across the eastern Caribbean region during the next few days. A trough system will continue to cause occasional cloudiness, some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms over the central and southern Windward Islands during the next 24 hours. A tropical wave located over the central tropical Atlantic is moving slowly westward near 6 miles per hour or 9 kilometers per hour. And this was your weather report as of 12 noon today, presented by Island Style Tile and Bath.
This has been RCI's Weather News. For more information, call the Weather Hotline at 454-3452. RCI 101 number 1.
Island Style, yeah. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, we'll have to make the right choice. Island Style. Whoa. We got the time that will make you happy. Island Style. Oh yeah. We make your dream come alive in Island Style. We have tiles and thin sets, mixes and ground. Everything you need to sort the house out. For the best price and the latest style, take a little drive down to Island Style Car. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, quality, price, service, choice. It's all at Island Style.
Visit us at our showrooms in Belarus, Rodney Bay, on the John Compton Highway, Cass Street, and behind Ruby's Gas Station on the Library Viewfort Highway. So call us on 450-452 or 453-TILE. Island Style Tile and Bath. When you think tile, think Island Style.
And welcome back to our program here at the Lunchroom on Radio Caribbean International. Now, of course, if you want to call in to tell us what's on your plate today, the number to do so is 452-3046. Again, 452-3046. And you can also message in or call in to our WhatsApp number. That is 724-0008. Again, 724-0008. Now, of course, just wanted to make mention that we are looking towards the return of Julian Alfred next week Tuesday. And of course, the focus on sport has certainly increased in the minds of a lot of individuals. I think Julian, of course, and her tremendous achievement has certainly raised the spotlight on the possibilities, on what is possible, because she has now made it real for a lot of people, and has given a tremendous amount of hope and inspiration in terms of what can be done. But the Julian story, I think, in large measure, is perhaps a story of in spite of Julian being able to achieve, in spite of so many hurdles and challenges along the way. And of course, the big question is, how can our island continue to see success in the area of sport? Is it something that can in fact become tremendously important and valuable, as it is in many, many different parts around the world? You see, for example, in the case of the United States, lots and lots of millions and millions of dollars are spent, or billions of dollars, one can say, in the area of sport, because it brings back a tremendous amount of money through advertising and through promotion, and it's also seen as a really important aspect of entertainment. One can perhaps not think of and in fact, the United States has done that so very well in some regards. Many of their sports are designed to bring speed, entertainment, the immediacy of it, even the way that the games are structured with certain breaks at certain times allows for advertisers to come in between, so that they can have very many different points for ads. You think of, for instance, a cricket game, and a cricket game has, 2 innings? And then you look at a baseball game, for argument's sake, it has 9 innings. And so every time you got a little break, and then you can fit in more and more advertising in that way. And of course, the days of, you could never have thought perhaps of, an American game running for more than a couple hours, whereas in cricket, we used to run for a whole day or even more than that. So sport is certainly tailoring itself in large measure to be able to take in that value with respect to advertising, with respect to the economic impact that can actually be achieved by it. Many, of course, U.S. cities and cities around the world have seen sport as a means to rejuvenate their cities, rejuvenate their city centers. Of course, very much emphasis has been placed on the Olympics in that regard, of course, as the every 4 years a country now has to be, or city has to be selected, rather, to host those games. And that has resulted in a tremendous outlay of finance by those cities and their respective countries to be able to actually meet the requirements in terms of transport and facilities and hospitality and accommodation. It's a big, big deal. And in fact, it has become so big that it perhaps is a little too big now, because it is, in fact, discouraging a lot of cities from even wanting to host these mammoth games because they are fearful that the returns don't quite match up. But even with that, you still see that every U.S. city wants to build another bigger, better type of arena or type of a stadium to attract matches. And of course, it's a big argument there too. Does it really match up? The amount of money that is spent on the infrastructure, quite often being subsidized by the governments and the authorities to bring in these events, which invariably which are very seasonal and don't really maximize on the overall use of those facilities. So we have seen, of course, right here, quite a lot of money spent in terms of cricket in that investment. The matter of athletics has suffered, certainly, over the past 15 years, thanks, of course, to the St. Jude fire and the occupation of that space for the purpose of that hospital. And of course, even beyond that, of course, the availability of quality infrastructure has certainly had its ups and downs over the years. And so we've seen sometimes lots of investment, and then others insufficient amounts being put into management as well. But that may be on the infrastructure side. But on the issue of sports programming, that I think is a critical one, and an area where we certainly do have to ask a lot of questions in terms of whether we've actually developed systems that can in fact really support the growth of sport. And of course, by sport, there are a lot of different levels of sport. There's the amateur level, where you want very popular participation of lots of individuals who are engaged in sport because they're doing so because of the good physical fitness that it brings, the health benefits that it brings to the broad population. And that, of course, is something that's really important, and you want to ensure that there is participation from the earliest point, from young children still in kindergarten right up to the to seniors who may be 80 and 90 plus. And so that broad spread of sport is very, very important. But then you also have to look at it from the perspective of bringing it up to the professional level, at the elite level, which of course is where Julian is right now, which is where a lot of the interest lies in terms of the valorization of sport from an economic perspective. But let's take in a call at this time as we try to broaden the conversation. Good afternoon and welcome to the lunchroom. What's on your plate today? Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, caller. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just saying to Flo that they should have a little consideration for people in the service they provide for people. They provide people with. Because there's always a problem. The phone sometimes, most times, don't seem to be working. Sometimes you watch something on television. There's always it just comes blank. And sometimes in half an hour, it's always a problem. And even when you call, as soon as you call and you go for this thing, there's sometimes they tell you, we suspect there's an outage in you. So they already know there's an outage. As soon as you call, before anybody speak to you, the recording telling you they know there's an outage, and they'll be calling you. Come on, that's not in a good service. And every time they're always upgrading. And they're just slow. I know nothing coming out of it. And that's not the way you treat, because you don't give people a break. As soon as the month end comes that you did, you have to, 7 days after that, they already cut. So come on. Show people some more respect. Treat them better in the service you give them. Some is even trying to call business places trying to call even the hotline, the 311. You cannot even get service for none of those places. Come on.
Caller, what I would suggest as well is that in addition to your complaints to the company, I believe you also have the option of making complaints through to the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission,
Sure people have
the
it.
NTRC. Well, I would not say that you shouldn't take the chance of saying that you're sure that people have made their complaints.
People do say so.
Because we often think that may be the case, but I think it's certainly necessary to lodge it there as well, that you do have concerns. They may not be able to give an immediate response, but at least certainly if they are getting those general sentiments that a lot of people have concerns, they can look at potentially whether there is any redress to customers in regards to exactly the point that you're making, that is there any form of compensation for the lost service that you're actually suffering. So it's a very valid point that I think it's something to raise formally as well. And so you just don't sit down and think that it's going to be, happening just automatically.
Yeah. I want to make I heard you said about the not payment. I thought there was this show on television. I noticed there was a payment to prize winners, Carnival prize winners.
Right. Well, that is the thing. From what is being suggested by some of the artists, there was a ceremony, which was actually held, a prize-giving ceremony, but the prizes were not actually provided at the prize-giving ceremony, at least not the monetary prizes. So maybe there were... Right. So there was the acknowledgement, there was the celebration. I suppose maybe there were the various mementos or trophies or whatever that may have been provided, but apparently in terms of the actual prize money, these tangibles were not actually provided at the event. All right, and so I think maybe that might have to be something that for 2025, this needs to be, make the point that, look, the checks are already written out beforehand so that people know that, okay, they're going to be getting it on the day, so to speak,
Yes. But I was listening, during the Calypso finals, semi-finals, I think I listened to Oshun. And when she sang her song, she was kind of pleading with the association, like the Calypso Association, to do better for them. Like every other organization have an association that takes care of its people. You have the farmers, you have the fishers, all of these people have much more. From what I get from a song, it's like they did not care about them. The association themselves wasn't really putting things in place to help the people within the association.
Well, I would want to say that perhaps that's not too surprising. I don't know that we have a serious challenge with associations in general, I would say, and you would think that it's important because these associations are, as you rightfully say, are the means by which people can come together and advocate and work towards a common goal. But there's
every Calypso have its they have the V4, they have the D10, the different sides. Why don't they just have maybe one thing where they have maybe even though something where they can assist all of their members financially, even during the time.
Well, how do you think that they're going to be able to achieve that, though, Caller? I mean, how is the association on its own going to necessarily be able to achieve assistance of Calypsonians? They would then still have to go out and raise funds.
Yeah, but
and the problem is that a lot of these associations, some of them were maybe getting some
but a big plot
support.
Of land was given to the Calypso Association some time ago to give them a start. A big plot of land was given to give them a start where they could have their own. They could have their own, what they call that, place where they could have all of the things, which means they wouldn't have to pay all of these things with that. But how did the people manage that? What did they do with that? If a start was given to you to have a land, so you can have your place, where you can have your calypso and all of those things. Why wasn't all of these things done? Why didn't you get from there? You can come together to get sponsorships and all of those
I'm
things.
not aware of the plot of land.
Yeah, it was given.
Where is that?
I don't know where the plot. It was said Tottenham was given to the Calypso Association.
Right.
It was there so that they could have their own place. They could build their own Calypso. What do you call it? A place where they could have the shows and all sorts of things. But nothing came of that. Nobody knew what was done with the land. If the land was sold, if anything money was being to build, nothing like that.
Okay, I'm not completely aware of that detail, but maybe somebody who knows about that might be able to give some.
The president that was in charge of the Calypso Association some time ago back.
Right.
It is known.
Well, there may be that, but then and the big question is too, should it be a Calypso Association? Should it be a musicians association? Should it be a little bit broader? All of those questions have to come in. I mean, people have made the point too that, Calypso is something that seems to be so very seasonal. It doesn't carry through, into beyond the carnival season too often. There may be a few little things here and there, a couple of shows here and there that try to create some interest beyond that. But the art form as it is it going to maintain solely on its own? Should it be broader?
If something was built on that land, then it wouldn't have to be seasonal. It could have been even a monthly.
Well, I'm not sure necessarily that even having a building is preventing them from having.
Your own thing every time.
Because there are facilities that can be potentially used. I don't think it's for want of facilities.
No, but if you have your own.
Yes, but I'm saying that even without that, you could have still been having events, or if there was sufficient interest. But it certainly does need to be looked at. The whole matter of the organization within the creative sector is something that needs some, a bit of a push towards that. And because there have been many attempts at it over the years, but you still, I think, need a very strong governmental support, one, and you definitely do need some, angel benefactors, if you like, who will in fact support the creative sector. For many years, for instance, there was the MNC Fine Arts Awards, for example, and that company was providing at least, something to look forward to in that regard. But we have to see it as something that is viable, I think we're at a point where now a lot more people are looking at sport, and they're thinking, sport is something that can be pretty viable. In terms of carnival, I think people are seeing certain aspects of carnival being considered more viable than others, right? So that's the other issue that you have. Is the music becoming viable? Or is it that the bands are becoming more viable? Or what sectors are suffering? Is your steel pan, how is that doing? So you got to look at the overall space, the cultural space, and see how each sector is actually faring, subsector, is faring, to get a sense as to, am I going to be continuing to support aiding those groups because these groups have already gotten to a point of viability versus some of them which are still struggling?
Do you think if they put a lot more money into it, some of them you will see a lot better?
Well, it's certainly much more than money. So that I do take the point that
But that's
it's
the point. Everybody's saying is money. Everybody's saying is money they need in order to make it much better and more viable.
yeah, but you do need some stability in a lot of cases when you look at some of these sectors. I mean, around the world, a lot of countries will have maybe their national music theater, they'll have their national dance theater, the national. My theater, I'm talking about companies rather, like they have their a set up entity that produces, where you have people who are paid and they have the responsibility of developing the art form, whether it's through an institute, those types of things. I don't think in the case of our cultural space, beyond, say, the Cultural Development Foundation, that you have these designated cultural institutions to handle specific aspects of culture, right? So the music, for instance.
But CDF events St. Lucia.
Well, you have events in Lucia, which is very broad, and it's supposed to. It's really more like just an events management company, They put on events, but in terms of saying how are we developing our music, or how are we developing our theater, how are we developing our film, I'm not sure that we actually have those types of very dedicated, divisions to develop each of these areas.
And
So
this is all because they are too divided. They just cannot come together. Most of this different areas.
well, that's a big problem. You're right on that,
there's
caller,
a
for
lot
sure.
of problem.
There's a lot of issues. You sometimes have issues of egos, and
Too much
people are in
egos,
this.
and all of us are just one group, one St. Lucia, and yet it's cheering one another down, causing so much division. This one, when will they be able to come as one and work for the betterment of themselves, for them to actually grow? But no, this one is fighting that one, and it's all of these problems that is preventing them from moving further. And I think it's time it stopped. Come together as solutions. The creative industry, you all make something out of that. But you cannot be divided, And you hear some of the musicians, and they say that all the time. So they say it. They don't get the support even from their own thing. This one always think they're better than that one. And this shouldn't be at all. Come on.
Yeah, well, it's always a ticklish one, right? Do you come together or do you compete? Do you, so, figuring out how you manage those two diverging goals, is something that is a challenge, I guess, in a small state like ours, because some people will
come together and still have a healthy competition.
Yeah, that is where I think sometimes you've got to see how that you work that out. I'm not sure. It's a problem with small countries, I would say, to some degree.
Last comment. I think last Wednesday I listened to Mr. Timothy Antoine when he was interviewing him.
Yes.
And one thing I cannot understand with people. Mr. Timothy Antoine, he is whatever, he's a president of the Central Bank.
Governor of the Central Bank, yes.
He wouldn't have the position if he didn't know what he was about.
Well, he's a former finance secretary of Grenada. Certainly he's been around for quite some time.
He wouldn't be in that if he was not knowledgeable about the OECS and all of it. He wouldn't be in those positions. He spoke. Every question that was asked of him, he just flew. Very, very fluent. As soon as the question was, he just kept on. But yet you find people are now, because what he said does not suit them.
He's become a target now, I take it.
He's
Yeah.
KG, he's this, he's that. Come on. Then how can people, even though they're knowledgeable, they're in position where they can come and speak out themselves? You don't think they won't want to do that anymore? Because why is it? And as long as somebody that toe the line we want them to toe, say the things we want them to say, bring about gloom and doom and all sorts of things, we start to find all kinds to analyze and critique them and all sorts of things like that. And I just don't, and that's say, okay, Caribbean people, why do we have to do that? All of a sudden.
And I should point out, Governor Antoine has been around since 2016, eh? So he would have been the governor from, throughout the period of the Alan Chasney administration as well. And I'm sure he's given comments and he's been providing information. And I mean, these annual events of the bank happen very consistently. So it's strange, of course, that they've now decided that he's to become a target and a point of criticism.
And he was not an man, usually you have the people where you interview with them, and they say they're in position, and you come and it's always a man. It's always a That's when they miss it. I have no idea what but everything is, you ask him, he just slow. He had the answer. He was able to tell you, because that's just right. That's somebody that really knows what he's about and what he's speaking.
Yeah, I think one of the big issues that there was a lot of debate over is the matter of VAT. And it's a matter of fact that St. Lucia has, I think at the moment, the lowest VAT rate, right, in the Eastern Caribbean. And if you compare ourselves with VATs even further afield, I mean, you get into the European region, and VATs are 17, 18, 20, 21%, 25% in some instances, right, in some countries. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And then overall, when you look at the overall tax burden as a proportion of the overall economy, we are on the lower end, actually, in terms of what could potentially be collected. So, there's a lot of attempts to make it seem as if there is an inordinate taxation level. It's not saying in any way that, we shouldn't be looking at tax policy and analyzing, well, is it properly spread out? Are we taxing fairly across all sectors? Are there areas where we need to provide greater relief? All of that is fine. But then the whole VAT and debate, I mean, the reality is even the Caribbean Development Bank, when they did their own diagnostic study back in 2016 for the Alan Chasney administration, pointed out that a VAT reduction was not going to generate any sort of economic gain. And they, in fact, did not recommend on doing that. In fact, and they said if you were going to go that route, you would still have to then compensate by bringing in other taxes, right? So that issue is, an unfortunate one that it's now being utilized because I think Mr. Antoine made the point, whether it was last year, whenever, about the VAT. It's not fitting the narrative, so therefore we have to attack the messenger. So, but caller, we're going to have to end it there, though. Take care. Have a good one. And we're unfortunately already over time here at the lunchroom. We hope that you can join us again tomorrow, Friday, God willing, for another program. Have a good day. And I'm your host, Alex George Jr., saying goodbye.
fitting me for body. She a loving fee follow me. Wow, 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 wow. Get your bullet, make her go crazy. I'ma get see sure for me. Say make her withdraw money. Oh, Roma, no go down. Make her carry your luggage. I define you for this. For this, I no trust, I fit to contain. Your body not baggage. You know, see, I'm falling for love. Overdose me, your love they overdose me. Now you want me love you, I think of follow. Overloading, I'll be overloading. Your bank account, money plenty, tell me the amount.
No one told me love would taste like this. Got my money in my pocket like this. Bitcoin in my wallet like this. Wisdom in my knowledge like this. Follow God, I know they follow man. For you, I might have to consider trips to LA taking photographs. You sign by me, then it's an autograph.
Live to die another day for you, baby. Quit my Casanova ways for you, baby. The only time that you say that you hate me is when I take the last slice of pastry. Now I'm on the run. Loving you till kingdom come, but you drive me crazy. Send someone, still my billboard baby.
Man, you get taxi, they be. Mama, you dey, I mean like by me. I just wanna be there when you need me. Baby, now your matter, I dey read. Sing all day, yeah. Overdosing, body overdose. I'ma say you carry overload. And you know you ball like commando, yeah. Roma, no go down. Your body, your luggage. I define you for this. For this, no trust, I fit to contain. Your body, not baggage. You know, see, I'm falling for love. Overdose me, your love they overdose me. Now you, I want me love you, I think of follow. Overloading, I'll be overloading. Your bank account, money plenty, tell me the amount. If you see her no man, tell him she be the one, no. Cause I know in my heart and my soul. If you do me jeje, me self I could be follow, baby. Oh, if I enter your motor, pim, 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 I could make you to shout. Pum, 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 pum. Oh, me I know to like it for my. So now you I want show my mama. Cause I'ma put you in a brand new bima. She go like be my shima. She got that body, oh. I cannot trust nobody,
International. Number 1.
It's giving back to school with Digicel, and we've got something special for you. Switch to Digicel, activate any 5-day plan or higher, or sign up for Digicel Plus Home Fiber Internet and you could win big! We're talking stylish spray ground backpacks or a $500 back-to-school voucher. It's giving style, it's giving savings, it's giving you the chance to win. Get in on the action. Switch, activate, or sign up for our home fiber internet and let Digicel give you more this back-to-school season. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our store or go to digicel.com for details.
October 6th, the night before the holiday, at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay, the sweetest grown and sexy party is back, and it'll be massive. Big People Party. October 6th, the night before the holiday. Tickets are available now. Big People Party.
I believe in miracles. Way from you sexy thing, you.
The sweetest grown and sexy party is back.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos, eh? Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos? My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
Boy, that Simos makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsissimos? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsissimos is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prague.
And that's what they say about Fruitsissimos. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsissimos, you know what they say.
Introducing the next level of bingo excitement. Blast Gaming is proud to announce the launch of progressive jackpots on our bingo games, starting at an electrifying $1,000. Get ready to experience heart-pounding thrills and massive winnings as you play for a chance to score big with every dab. Don't miss out on your shot at the ultimate jackpot frenzy. Join the bingo action at Blast Gaming today. Progressive available on selected games. Terms and conditions apply. Blast. Know your limit. Play within it.
With outlets from Gros Lake to Soufriere, W-Mart is indeed your community shop, giving you the best prices and widest variety. We've got everything you need: chicken, turkey, beef and pork, saltfish, pigtail, ham, all in stock, delicious franks, nuggets, cheese and fries. Prices you can't beat and quality for sure. With 9 locations island-wide, W-Mart is your one-stop family meat shop. W-Mart, small store, big convenience.
W-Mart.
Julian Alfred, the history maker, the gold medalist.
St. Lucia, the moment we've been waiting for is finally here. Our Olympic champion Julian Alfred is coming home, and we're celebrating in grand style. September 24th, our exciting motorcade will pass through your community via the East Coast Road from Uranora International Airport to Groselay. September 25th, all schools will celebrate her remarkable achievements at the Super Mini Stadium and the Larry Shoes playing field in Dennery. September 26th, be part of history as we unveil an iconic mural at the Cicero Primary School. September 27th, the national holiday culminates in a spectacular celebratory concert at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Mark your calendar, St. Lucia. Let's come together to honor and celebrate our national hero. It's more than a celebration. We're radiating with national pride.
I am a town proud Lucian. Represent the land where you from.
It's giving back to school with Digicel, and we've got something special for you. Switch to Digicel, activate any 5-day plan or higher, or sign up for Digicel Plus Home Fiber Internet and you could win big. We're talking stylish spray ground backpacks or a $500 back-to-school voucher. It's giving style, it's giving savings, it's giving you the chance to win. Get in on the action. Switch, activate, or sign up for our home fiber internet and let Digicel give you more this back-to-school season. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our store or go to digicel.com for details.
This is the Caribbean Sound. Radio Caribbean International. Number 1.
Oh yeah. Oh nah. Yeah. I'm so tied up. Communication tied up. Navigation tied up. Oh nah nah nah. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. And I must have to find you. You signal me when you wind up. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. Yeah. How you do that? It's madness when you maneuver, darling. I salute ya. Wine so low like your scuba diving. The major, baby, keep walking up. For me, I can't get enough. I don't look on the thing, oh gosh. The baseline drop, waist gets slack. Rolling back, I detecting that. Target lock, launch and attack. Girl, I mash up the place like that. And when the rhythm start to feel sweet and she ball out, oh yeah. And when I reach the destination, I go find out. Nah, 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 nah. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. And I must have to find you. You signal me when you wind up. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. Them hips like the ocean. Back and forth is the motion. Love how you wine with so much emotion. It's you that have my devotion, darling. You major, baby, keep walking up. For me, I can't get enough. I don't look on the thing more. And when the baseline drop, waist get slack. Rolling back, I detecting that. Target lock, launch and attack. Girl, I mash up the place like that, yeah. And when the rhythm start to feel sweet and she ball out, oh yeah. And with a good investigation, I'm find out. Oh na na na, you stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. You stay on my radar. Oh, you're on my radar. And I must have to find you. They signal me when you wind up. You stay on my radar. Oh, on my radar. Tell her when you take off your shoes, run down the dance floor. Take the jamming, baby. I want you show me your moves, girl. Oh, you're bad, so take the jamming, baby. I want you there long time now. Take the jamming, baby. I wanna give you love all night now. Take the jamming, baby. Girl, you bring this on yourself. Look how you stand out in the crowd. I know you smile when our eyes connect. Oh. The kind of girl that I dream about. With just a little bit of attitude. You're not easy, and the whole world will know now. My girl, show off. Look, everybody wanna come around. So girl, you know what to lock you down. Whoa, one thing on my mind. My girl, show off. Now everybody have to give me room. Cause when you whine, you put me in a mood. So rude. Girl, I want you take off your shoes, run down the dance floor. Take the jamming, baby. I want you show me your moves, girl. Oh, you're bad, so take the jamming, baby.
out for them. I say watch out for them. When you go out on the road, still watch out for them. Watch out for them. I say watch out for them. All of the workplace, watch out for them. Watch out for them. I say watch out for them. I say they all in your circle. Well, if you're blessed, then you know so you can't do it not one thing. Come back. Can't do it not one thing. Come back. Can't do it not one thing. Come back. Can't do it not one thing. Come back.
You had an awesome night and you're just, I mean, come on, man. Listen, there's something buzzy about St. Lucia right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the Julian Alfred wave, but there's just, there's just this nice and buzzy atmosphere over the land of St. Lucia. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's putting me in a nice spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling nice. Yeah, I'm feeling nice. Good afternoon. This is your digital half hour. Well, you already know the drill. Once we touch 2 o'clock every afternoon, you know the vibes on the inside is coming to you with the compliments of digital. Better together indeed. Still have some time to be part of the back to school promotion with digital. So you definitely need to sign up for those bundle plans and stay on them. Pay your bills in full and on time. Sign up for home fiber internet, the fastest internet on the island. Yep, without a doubt. These are the little things. You just keep doing that, and who knows? You just might be the person that we get to call up sometime and say, hey, we got a $500 voucher for you from so-and-so, compliments of Digicel, as part of the back-to-school promotion. Simple like that. You're doing what you normally do anyway, and you can just be rewarded. It's good stuff. All right, so we're on the inside. This afternoon is it's Thursday, so it's normally very, very full. So coming up at 3 o'clock, once we wrap up your Digicel in the next 3 minutes, we roll. We've got vibes. Oh, we got a half hour with the compliments of the Big People Party at 2:30. So once we've done that, then at 3 o'clock we've got Keisha will be coming in with our Youth Unplugged, sponsored by the Bank of St. Lucia. That's a half hour program right there that you can be a part of. And then after that, 3:30, then at 3:45, we make the Republic Bank CPL link up with Reds. That's coming up at 3:45. Take us up until 4. And then at 4:30, we've got our Spotlight program for today. And this afternoon, well, more than likely, we are going to be featuring the honorary Lucian. We call her, she is an honorary Lucian. I don't know what she's missing again. Chloe Bailey is scheduled to pass through this afternoon. And of course, I mean, that was only... it was only the right thing because, I mean, she's back on the island and her last album, her second studio album, the last body of work that she created recently, it was released on the 9th of August. She completed a 16-track compilation that is totally influenced by this beautiful land that she loves so much, St. Lucia. So, I mean, it was only fitting, that, we're going to find time to accommodate her. And she's going to tell us all about the making of that album, and of course, we're going to get to find out some more about how it is that St. Lucia continues to impact her and her well-being as well. She's never made this a secret. So, definitely, we're going to have a lot of people who's been telling me, man, they've been, listening to the album, especially the Gen Zs. The young people like it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it'd be nice to have her on the inside to discuss that project and more musically, and just just to feel that energy, just to have her presence here with us, man, and let her know, yeah, man, we appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? Certainly. Right, so she'll be coming in at around 4:30. And then what happens? 4:30 until 5, and then 5 o'clock we touch on the inside of our final hour in your company where we just, you know how we do it. We power up things, man, and we light up the final hour to get you home safely, those of you who knock off at around that time, with the home stretch vibe. All right, so that's how the afternoon is going to be going down. 4 hours it seems, but it's a jam-packed 4 hours. and we're ready for it. We understand our assignment, so just stick with us and let's have a wonderful time this afternoon. Drop that one last one there for me. Playing AG is my DJ. You already know what time it is. Whenever playing AG and Marine Touch Radio, it ain't never gonna be regular.
Yeah. Drop in the style of the rhythm like angle bang. Da bang. Angle bang. Have a little money in the pocket as I just got paid. I could do it a little more, but I'm still irate. So now I'm stepping out to a party. Trouble when I link up with my friends and family. Man, anywhere we go, we mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we act it up. We just live it, mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see me and they say we act it up. Hey. So I'm gonna take a little drink and I'm gonna do what I want. And I'm gonna wine if I feel like. And I'm gonna live how I want. Hey, so I'm gonna take a little drink and I'm gonna do what I want. And I'm gonna wine if I feel like. And I'm gonna live how I want. You don't know the vices. Work hard, the harder. 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 Work hard. Look me, I never trouble and trouble never trouble me. Hey, and we don't have time to argue with nobody. Say, we just living the good life every day. Hey, say that no bother way. You don't know we are ready, yeah. Man, anywhere we go, we mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Tell them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we acting up. We just live, we mash it up.
Well, that's where we wrap up your digital half hour. We're going to pay some bills now, but of course, when we come back, like I said, we're going to be doing a little half hour with the compliments of the Big People Party. Stay with us for that one. Yeah, stay with us for that one. Wrap up with the compliments of Digicel. Better together. Like I said, the back to school promotion continues, and you could be a winner just by doing the things you normally do.
It's giving back to school with Digicel, and we've got something special for you. Switch to Digicel, activate any 5-day plan or higher, or sign up for Digicel Plus Home Fiber Internet, and you could win big. We're talking stylish spray ground backpacks or a $500 back-to-school voucher. It's giving style, it's giving savings, it's giving you the chance to win. Get in on the action. Switch, activate, or sign up for our home fiber internet and let Digicel give you more this back-to-school season. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our store or go to digicel.com for details.
The Red Dots are back at Massey Stores Home with September Super Savers. Up to 35% off on everything you need to upgrade your home. Energy-saving appliances, storage solution, televisions, and more. Plus, save the dates for our September Red Dot weekend on September 28th and 29th. We're slashing prices on select items, so everything must go. Remember to swipe your Massey card for savings. Massey Stores Home, your way to a beautiful home.
This cannot be happening right now. My interview's in 20 minutes.
Julia had one job, get there. But it looks like her battery life was low. And now, instead of sealing the deal at her future dream job, she's going to be stuck working in a 2x4 sized cubicle next to Tanya, who talks too much, and Stinky Fit Steve indefinitely. Don't be like Julia. Make sure you get where you need to with the all-new Maximo battery. Available island-wide at all automotive art stores and leading gas stations and part shops. The all-new Maximo battery now comes with an up to 2-year full replacement warranty for installation and free maintenance check at Automotive Art. The all-new Maximo battery. Get there.
Big People Party. It'll be massive.
We're gonna finish kill the DJ them now.
Big People Party, October 6th, the night before the holiday.
Sound boy, wait a minute. Before you play another dub play, Sally, what can you do to stop your sounds from dying?
Lottie Dottie, see you at the party.
Give your child a chance to excel with practical skills at the St. Lucia Tibet Institute. We offer internationally recognized certifications in agriculture, culinary arts, product development, construction and building technology, and personal services. With 4 campuses across the island and multiple options for entry, we're accessible and committed to your child's success. For more information, visit our Facebook page at Tibet St. Lucia or contact us via WhatsApp at 730-0370.
In today's fast-paced world, accurate health diagnosis is more crucial than ever. Time is vital. Are you suffering from chronic headaches, back pain, knee pain, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, sciatica, stroke, joint pain, or arthritis? No matter the pain or illness, La Clinique du Corps has the best doctors and specialists to diagnose and treat your condition. We are the only medical clinic equipped with the latest 1.5 Tesla MRI machine, the gold standard in healthcare. This fully GE certified MRI provides top quality, detailed images detecting any illness including tumors and cancers of the brain and spine. We also offer the ultimate in ultrasound technology. There is absolutely no need to travel overseas for these services. Exercise your right to a second opinion before any complex medical procedure. La Clinique du Corps puts you in direct contact with top medical specialists from Martinique and France, known internationally for prioritizing patients' health. Call La Clinique du Corps in Castries or Cocoville, Rodney Bay at 451-6559 and make your appointment today.
Get geared up to open Creole Month with the most anticipated Oktoberfest en Guayal Creole Brunch. For the first time ever, be welcomed by a delicious complimentary Creole breakfast, an array of scrumptious Creole dishes on sale, ranging from seafoods, pork, warm Creole breads, and so much more. A selection of foreign beers, rum-flavored beers, spritzers, and more. Entertainment by the island's very best. Umpa, Black Boy, Kuya, Durr, Sly, Chevy J, Nerdy, Hollywood HB, Levi Jin, DJ Check, CJ Kiddo, DJ H, and MC Dallo. Hosted by Collation and Bonnie Ron. Sunday, October 6th at Gaiety Gardens from 11 a.m. Limited early bird tickets are $60. Regular $75. Tickets are available at all sell outlets, Heineken St. Lucia warehouses, and online. See Oktoberfest on Instagram and Facebook for more information. Must be 18 and over to enter. Drink and live responsibly.
Saturday, September 26th, Steve's Barbershop presents a Back in Time and Country and Western Party. It's going down at the Grapevine in Bella Rosa, Groselay, featuring DJ Shortman, DJ Max, Camo, and DJ Melanquench. Tickets cost only $15. You pay $20 at the door. Tickets available at Steve's Barbershop in Castries. Get ready to turn up inside the Back in Time and Country and Western Party. Dress to impress and come meet it up. September 26th, over at the Grapevine in Bella Rosa, Groselay.
You know how Steve do. I hope you get your tickets right now, because let me tell you, the tickets are definitely going really fast, and you want to make sure you get your tickets, because this is going on the 26th. That is the night before the holiday. You understand? Big things. The night before Juju Day. You understand? So all of this is all in collaboration and in celebration of, the greatness that we've been achieving out there on the world stage. So make sure you get your tickets, and we go into that first, and that is like the warm-up to this one right here.
Big People Party.
Uno better show me uno on.
It'll be massive.
We're gonna finish kill the DJ them now.
Big People Party, October 6th, the night before the holiday.
Sound boy, wait a minute. Before you play another dub play, Sally, what can you do to stop your sounds from dying?
Lottie Dottie, see you at the party.
This is the Caribbean Sound. Radio Caribbean International.
I was feeling ill when I
Boy, she give me pain, now me whole body feeling better than ever. She gave me one injection in my midsection, I didn't have to pay. Then she gave me something and tell me swallow Viva Van right away. One injection in my midsection, I didn't have to pay. Then she gave me something and tell me swallow Viva Van right away. When you're coming back, Santa, when you're coming to give me medicine.
Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you better.
When you're coming back, Santa, when you're coming to give me medicine.
Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you better.
And then she
I'm your doctor. I'm your doctor.
she took my hair, she took my there, she took my hair, she took my there, she took.
I'm your doctor.
I said, doctor, please come back quick because I can't bear it no longer.
Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you better.
Only you could ease so I'm palpitating and cool down my pressure.
Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you
She say how you expect to feel better when you in such a hurry. I got two mind to stop the treatment, give you air in your body. You, when you're coming back, Santa, when you're coming to give me medicine.
Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you better. Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you better.
I'm
your doctor. I'm your doctor.
She took my hair, she took my there, she took my hair, she took my there, she took.
I'm your doctor. I'm your doctor.
She said, bye for now, boy, I have to fulfill another appointment. All you need is rest, and in no time at all you conquer the ailment. She said, take the medicine twice a day, that is the dose I should get. I follow instruction to my surprise, my body fit like a jet. She said, take the medicine twice a day, that is the dose I should get. I follow instruction to my surprise, my body fit like a jet. I say, when you're coming back, Santa, when you're coming to give me medicine.
Be quiet, boy, I'm your doctor. I come here to make you better.
When you're coming back, Santa, when you're coming to give me medicine.
Be quiet, boy,